and welcome back. Once again, I'm in my kitchen. It is cloudy outside. We can't see the mountains. It's just kind of gloomy. And I am running out of meal planning options. So I remember that I had ordered one of these several months ago. It's full of freeze-dried food, so I can just stick it on my pantry down in the basement until I was ready for it. And today I'm going to take a look at this and cook a meal or two out of this. Don't know me, my name's Cece. My husband Kirk and I homestead in the big beautiful state of Montana, where we are very passionate about making sure we have food on the table no matter what happens. And one of those ways is buying freeze-dried food. Yes, I do a garden. Yes, we have dairy cows, we have chickens. I do a lot of home cooking, you know, that kind of a thing. But one of the other things that I have started doing more and more of is filling the basement and the pantry with freeze-dried foods. And the company that I buy my stuff from, I'm also a consultant, has this awesome little thing called a chef box or a chef pack. And they have 3 different meat options. This is the chicken option. So when we open it up, it comes with your recipe cards and whatever freeze-dried foods you are going to need. So I think today for lunch, I am going to go ahead and do the tortilla soup with the corn and cheddar biscuits, and then I will probably do a queso dip because the other day my mom and I had made a whole pile of potato chips, and I think a dip would be really good with those. So let me find there we go, there's the recipe, and the biscuits are on one side and the soup is on the other. And then I'm also going to do the queso dip. So I want this card and this card, and let's get started. Okay, I was just taking the time to read over these. So what they have is they have everything listed here from your chef box. And then down here is things that you're gonna need from your own kitchen. I do need shredded cheddar, and so I'm gonna need to shred some of my homemade cheese. And then this one, again, I need some cheddar cheese. So let's shred that first, and then I'm going to go ahead and just find everything that I want and set it out here on the counter. So then that way when things are ready to go, because freeze-dried food have no liquid left in them, I see that I need to saute some of the stuff, and that will go very, very, very quickly because there's no liquid in it. So I want to have kind of everything set out, measured out, ready to go before I ever start cooking. All right, I think I'm ready to get started. I got quite a bit of shredded cheese going on here. So I'm just gonna follow the instructions. It says saute butter and garlic in a pot. We do not do garlic. So I'll probably go ahead and get the butter started and then mix all my ingredients into a bowl so I can put that in once the garlic or once the butter is melted. All right, got that on, and I need a tablespoon of butter. As that is melting, I am just going to start measuring out my stuff. I want everything except for this. Okay. Got these all done. I have cumin powder. I don't have cumin, but I do have some chili powder, so I'm gonna dump a tablespoon of that in. This is where I just eyeball my stuff. Whoa, butter is melted. Okay. I'm also not gonna put in the hot sauce because we're feeding children. Tomatoes, I do not have tomatoes, but I do happen to have a little bit of these. So I'm gonna throw that in. And let me get 8 cups of water going. Maybe I wasn't as prepared as I thought. 8. Okay. Now we just simmer these. that up. Give it a stir. Let's see what it looks like in here. I'm gonna put the lid on and just let it simmer for a little bit. And now I'm going to get the biscuits ready. Okay, I turned my oven on. I have the soup simmering. Now I'm gonna get started on the biscuits. And it says to take the corn, the peppers, and the onions, put them together in a bag and smash them. So let's try that. Okay, it did call for 2 tablespoons of everything, but I only did 1 tablespoon of the green peppers because I have children. There we go. These are pretty much ground up. I am going to use this as my milk mixture thing. So let's see, how much milk do I need? 2/3 cup. I always do things like close enough, right? It's supposed to be 4 tablespoons. This is 5. Who cares? It's going to be extra buttery. Okay, biscuits are in the oven, soup is simmering. I'm gonna kind of try to clean up here a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the queso dip next. Okay, so for the queso dip, it says to do some bacon. I don't have any bacon, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use regular butter. And again, we're not doing garlic. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure out my freeze-dried stuff that I need, because like I said, it's gonna go very, very quickly. So here we go. Here's the recipe card. Okay. I'm gonna dump my veggies and seasonings in first. Now pour my water. It says let that simmer for about 3 minutes or until it's just a little bit thick. Then I'm going to add milk and cheese. Okay, this is the very first time I've ever used this, so I think once I kind of get used to it a little bit more, it'll probably go quicker. The other thing is, I don't normally measure every single ingredient that I use, but this time I am. And this is great to have if you're trying to figure out how to cook with freeze-dried foods. And the other thing is, the holidays are literally right around the corner, and sometimes you still want to cook a meal for your family a day or two, you know, right before a big get-together, but you're cooking for the big holiday meal and you don't want to take the time to cook something really nice, but you're kind of tired of frozen pizza. This is a pretty good option. And there is a big sale happening right now, and this exact pack is on sale. So I thought, you know what, I should try this out and see if this is as fun as what people make it out to be. And I think I will probably be using this around the holidays because all the guesswork, all the brain work is done. I just have to follow the recipe cards. And instead of trying to do, you know, maybe more than one recipe at a time, I may only do one recipe at a time because it is kind of intense for that short little bit of time that you are working at it. And I'm really curious to see what my family thinks of it. Me and my husband love it. The kids, they may not like. I'm looking in here and there's chunks of, you know, big slices of red pepper and stuff. They're probably going to kind of go to that. And the same thing with the taco soup. They're probably going to go, ooh, you know, there's big chunks in here where normally I would break that up more. And so next time maybe I will. Maybe next time, instead of having big chunks of red peppers, I will take the time and crush them up a little more. Okay, I think it is time to add my milk. And 2 cups of cheese. That's about right. I think I'm going to turn this off. What does it say? Okay, remove from heat and just stir until it's smooth. I don't know what this one's gonna look like, you guys. Maybe it's not thickening up very much. Maybe I should have left it thicken up a little more. I don't know, but I'm gonna take him off the heat and let him sit there for a little. And then I have a little bit more to add to this. That's probably as a garnish. And a little bit of lime juice. Serve it up and see what we think. Okay, it is pretty much ready to serve up. The buns, biscuits, they kind of fell flat. Not entirely sure why. Maybe my baking powder is a little old. I'm not sure. The queso did not mix up well at all. I have a sneaky suspicion it's because it's my homemade cheese and it just doesn't melt. I've noticed that other times when I make stuff, my homemade cheese, especially this kind, it's a Cheshire, it is not a melting cheese. So I think that's why this one failed. I added a bunch of flour to kind of thicken it up, but I have no idea what it's going to taste like. The taco soup looks really, really good. There is a lot of water with it. We normally like our soups not near as watery. So next time I will probably only put 6 cups of water in it versus 8. I turned it up to try to simmer it down and try to get a little bit more of that liquid out. But it is what it is. So we are going to go ahead, serve it up, and see what it tastes like. Okay, they may not look the best, but these biscuits are really good. And this soup, oh, it's really good. Like I said, I probably would not add as much. Not add it. Next time I won't add as much water. It's very, very hot, but I did take a little sip. It's very good. Very good. It has a little bit of a kick to it, which I like. It is cooling off before the kids try it, but I would absolutely make this again. And even though the biscuits are kind of flat, they're still really good. The queso dip just did not turn out right. And I'm positive it's my homemade cheese because I should have known. But that stuff does not melt right. So I may still try dipping it. I am curious. Let me take a piece of my biscuit and try it. yeah, it's kind of thickening up once it's off the stove, so we may use that, but it's not very nice looking. But like I said, I'm positive it is my homemade cheese. So if this is something you guys are interested in, I will drop the link down below. It is not as quick as I thought it was. It probably took me a good 45 minutes to make it. But I do like it because, you know, everything is written out step by step. It's a great introduction for people who are wanting to cook with freeze-dried food but don't know how to.